have a good show. Welcome everybody
Absolutely.
to Panfish Nation. Along with Mark, I'm Lyle, and Mark, we got a great guest with us tonight, and we'll get to Stephen in just a minute. But first, let's go through all the people in chat. What do you say?
Think that's a good idea.
Oh, by the way, how you feeling, buddy?
I am feeling better, and if I wasn't an amateur, I'd know to mute my other window here, but we got that figured out. Can't believe I forgot to do that. I've only been doing this for over a year. I'm feeling great, Lyle. Thank you. I'm feeling a heck of a lot better. Although I'm starting to question it. I did say something nice about Chad in this show, and everybody was really got concerned about me. They think I'm dying now.
You gotta watch doing that. I would like to offer him, since we're not going to be in his Winter Blues tournament, if he needs any help with that, I'll be here for you, buddy. Just let me know.
Absolutely, Chad. You know how to get a hold of me, bud. All right, let's start off the show. I want to say hello to Betty. She's on the road listening, so be safe. Precious cargo, Betty. Take care. Keep your eyes on the road. But we are here for you. We got the birthday boy, Brad Condell. What's going on, Brad Caudell? I keep forgetting I got to call him and get him to tell me how to say his name. I can teach him how to say my name.
Yeah, good luck with that.
The great Chrissy Brown in the house. What's up, Chrissy? There is Miss Cindy Stokes, the Queen of Missouri.
Oh, nice.
How do you like that, huh?
And that's better than what Chad says about Missouri.
I know. He doesn't like Missouri. Crappie Day Fish on. What's going on? We got Danimals, Creations and Adventures. What's going on? Dan, how you doing, bud? We got Fishing with JBT. How you doing, sir? There's Trey. I hope to have him on my show pretty soon. Over at Fish Smack. How you doing, Trey? We got Get Hooked on D Fishing. What's up, sister? How are you doing, dear? I got James Albo in there. What's up, James? Fishing Freedom just popped in. I see James Kirkpatrick. They got their show on Saturday nights. That's a fun show. I kind of gave. We'll talk about that later. Here's a name that I'm really happy to see in chat. I see Jeremy Colvin from Jeremy Colvin Fishing.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you're with us, buddy. I'm glad you're up to being in here. It's good to see you. There's Joe Buck 66. He's in all the shows. Thank you, Joe, for all your support. We appreciate you. Kevin Baker, Nuts and Bolts Fishing. What's up, Mr. Baker? How you doing? There's the great Kim Burnett. How you doing, Kim? Kim, I got a question for you. I've been meaning to ask, so I might message you later. If I don't forget, I'll probably forget.
It's always a pleasure to see Kim in our show.
Absolutely. We got Mark Anthony in the house. What's up, Mark? How you doing? Great name, by the way. Mike Irvin's in the house. How you doing, Mike? There's Sampy. What's up, Mike Sampson? I see Papa Ed. What's up, buddy? Parker Pursuits. Parker Pursuits and Moat Creek, they're fishing as a team in Chad's tournament. I thought they were going to boycott it because of the rule that Chad came up with specifically to get them out of the tournament.
They just wanted to cry a little.
You think that's what it was?
Sure it was.
Well, either way, I think Parker and Mo make a cute couple.
They did.
Williams in the house. Hey, look, there's my number one fan, Pontoon Jody Catfishing, and I'm her number one fan too. What's going on, Jody?
You're killing me.
Ram's Bait and Tackle in the house. What's going on, Ram? He makes those awesome bank rod holders.
Hey, we're glad to see them all the way from San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio, Texas. I was honored enough to give a pair of those away on my tournament. I think I gave a few pair away on my tournament. That's cool. There's Sunfish for Fish. What's going on, buddy? The great Tim Molina, looking all fancy, dressed up in a blue wrench and everything. There's Frank over at Twisted Fishing TV. Lyle, if you can, why don't you make Frank a mod? I think that's a good idea.
I know how to do that. Hey, you know what? I seen something. Now it's gone.
All right, let me finish saying hello to these great people. I see Matt over at Want to Be Outdoors. What's going on, Matt? There's Whisker Dreams. Let me go through the list again. Buck Williams, how you doing? The great Christina Dunnigan. She's my favorite Dunnigan, by the way.
That's what I was going to say. The best part of the Dunnigan family is in Chad.
Yep, I see. Dennis Graham, Crappie Fishing. What's going on, Dennis? I think that's a new one. If you could give us a sub, we'd really appreciate it. And if you guys haven't given us a thumbs up yet, we'd love that too. There's Fishing Freedom in the house. Let's see. Now, Freddie decided to show up.
Really?
The soon-to-be beardless Freddie. He's going to be cold during that winter blues, man.
Mark Anthony.
Justin's fishing fetish.
Real Gals Fish.
Maurice Kaysen. I like that Real Gals Fish. There's nothing that's truer to my heart than a gal who fishes. I mean,
I'm telling you.
What's not to like?
That's exactly right. And the ones that do fish, they usually do it really well.
Yeah, like Dee and Betty
Mm-hmm.
and Jody.
Cindy,
absolutely.
Real and Virtual Outdoors. Is that a new one?
He's I don't know. He's not. He was here last week, but
we're so glad to have you back in chat with us. Thanks for coming in.
I think he was here before that too, so forgive me if I'm wrong. There's Chrissy Brown in the house. How you doing, dear? I think I got everybody, Lyle. If I didn't, I apologize. We'll holler you out if we notice you during the show. But we got a great guest today, don't we, Lyle?
We do. Hopefully Chrissy Brown is feeling better. But right at the moment, Stephen Turner with Turner Fishing, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing well, I guess. It's warm down here.
Been watching a lot of your videos, as I always do, and man, you've been catching a lot of fish.
I'm always catching fish.
Yes, you are.
I hope so. When I grow up, I can say that too someday.
Oh, man. How's the tackle business, Stephen?
It's been doing real good, especially this past week. We actually almost ran out of plastic, so we got plastic on order, and it'll be here in a couple days.
Wow.
Is it just because you've been so busy, or is it a supply chain issue out of curiosity?
I had enough, and then I got hit with a lot of orders, and I didn't have enough, so I had to order it right then.
Well, there's so much stuff that I use that's still stuck on boats out off the coast of California. You never know what everybody else is going through.
Yeah.
Oh, well, speaking of which, Lyle, guess whose hats are ready and getting ready to ship to me?
Oh, sweet.
So you guys heard it first here on Panfish Nation. I finally got some hats. I had these black and white hats sitting on a freight ship out in the middle of nowhere waiting to get here. So it's been a nightmare. That's why I asked.
We do get some of the stuff that we had come in, and it's being delivered, but you have so much, and then it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and no full orders of anything. So it is what it is. We just deal with it and go on. People either understand or they don't.
Texas Tiger in the house. What's up, TX Tiger? I'm not even sure if that means Texas. I'm assuming, but it's lowercase, so I don't know.
Hey, Kim says put him down for a hat.
I better make a list. I'll add him to the list.
So, Stephen, you've been fishing a lot, making a lot of videos, making a lot of plastic. What else have you been doing?
Oh, no, I just fish.
Just fish. There's Super Dave. Glad to have you in here. I really enjoy your videos. You fish with some people. You fish with your dad. You do videos of making the plastics and packaging them and talking about plastics and making baits and all kinds of stuff. What's your favorite part of the video game? I assume it's catching fish.
Well, yeah, but honestly, I don't know, trying to tell a story while you explain how to do stuff. It's just fun teaching people stuff.
Yeah, that's way cool.
The feedback you get from it with the comments and everything, it makes it worthwhile.
Yeah, I can see that. I see we have Mark Anthony and James Allball, Patriot Catfishers of America. Hey, James, Van Custom, Kentucky, and Justin's Fishing Fetish has also joined us. But, hey, Lynn, how are you doing?
Lynn, there he is. What's up, buddy?
I see that you guys get out fishing. I watched a video with you fishing with another gentleman the other day. It wasn't your dad. I'm not sure who it was. And you guys was in a little boat fishing, kind of a little competition thing. But I enjoy the ones where you're fishing with your dad because it always seems like he kind of lays it on you with them crappie.
Hey, there's some days I get him, but 90% of the time, he lays it on me. He front boats me a lot.
He's pretty good fisherman.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's where I learned everything. So of
Sure.
course he's going to be better.
You guys,
He's just trying to remind you that he taught you everything. That's all he's doing with that. Trust me, I got people in my life like that too.
you
They
guys
don't
fish
call him
around.
a crappy man for no reason.
That's
That's
right. You guys fish around a lot of bridge piers, don't you?
Yeah, we really enjoy bridge fishing
Now, can you explain why that is?
because, like, the way we try to explain our jigs, they catch fish 365 days a year. Like, you don't have to, I'm not saying that other ones won't, because they will, obviously. But, I mean, a bridge to us is, like, the best. Like, they got to go through that bridge to go somewhere else. So, we've got, probably 6 bridges that we'll hit in a row. They're going to be at one of them.
Right. That's kind of like me and fishing dams for catfish.
Yeah.
I like to fish below dams. I really like to. I mean, that's the biggest structure on the river, so that's one of my favorite places. And I assume that in most places, the bridge piers is probably some of the biggest structures that there is in lakes.
Yeah. And, most of the ones that we fish are in the river channel. So when you got debris coming down the river channel, they get stuck on the bridge pillars. So you just make a structure bigger.
And the crappie just hid there. Do you fish for anything besides crappie?
Yeah, I love bass fishing.
Okay. I didn't know if you had a bluegill thing or not. Or
I'm not too big on the bluegill. They're kind of easy to catch, no offense.
that's why I like them so well.
They don't taste too bad either.
Alan, welcome.
When I first started my channel and everything, it was mainly bass fishing. But since I knew so much about crappie and I made a couple crappie videos, they just kind of took off, and that's where I lean towards.
Yeah, you're getting right up there. You're right there at what, 5,000 subscribers?
Yeah, I'm at 4,930 something, I think.
So anybody that wouldn't mind, just go over to Turner Fishing, subscribe, give him a hook set. He'd appreciate it. So would I. He's a great guest. We've had him on before, but we're going to talk about some other stuff tonight. Mark, what do you got for Steven tonight?
He had mentioned we talked a little bit before, and you did mention to me that you did fish rivers, and I'm thinking I have never been really that successful crappie fishing on our river here. They're in there, but for some reason, if I'm not in a channel or something, we have not too many bridges. So you're just looking for the structure on the bridges behind the pylons and stuff. Are you fishing seams? What are you targeting when you're looking for them on a river?
I mean, if I was to go to a new river system or a lake that has a river on it, I would start looking for like with the river channel, because it's close to the bank as possible, where it's like a steep drop off, and then that's where I would try to start looking, like on one of the river channel swings, or just a straight narrow path, but it's close to the bank on one side and real shallow on one side. I would think deep the whole time.
We have a couple of like on the inside turns of a couple, they open up into these huge bays just because there's a lot of houses around there. And that's one of the few spots where the current is actually slow enough. I mean, the current's slow to begin with, but compared to the main channel current, it's almost like lake water in there. Would that be a good spot to start looking for crappie there?
I mean, it depends. Like, is there a creek channel that runs through the middle of it, or is it just like a flat?
It's a flat, basically, but it's a rocky flat where the river is mostly river bottom, which is why I thought about really concentrating a lot of effort on spots like that in the next coming up year. But I don't know if that's a waste of time or if I should do that. I got I got like 3 bridges I can actually fish behind some of the pylons. I know late in the year it doesn't get too bad. But other than that, I got to fish inside. We got the boat channels that everybody uses, and that's what I've been sticking to, but they've got to be somewhere else too. And crappie they'll like the slower water than the faster water, right? You're not finding them in current, are you?
No, it's mostly still water.
Still water?
Probably a little bit of current, but not much.
I got us one spot here that I fish on the Fox where if you can get right on the seam, for some reason they'll be sitting right on that seam, but they're pretty small so far. We had a huge construction project out here, and I think it really hit one of the spawning grounds on the section I fish pretty hard. So we haven't seen any real big crappies up until like this year. I caught a few. So I was pretty happy to see that. So we'll see what happens in the spring. You're a finesse fisherman, if I remember correctly, right, Steven?
Yeah, I like really small baits.
And you make a lot of those on your website, correct?
Yep. Well, we've got some bigger ones since the last time we talked. We actually have a 2.5 inch jig now.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I don't have none of those with me, but it's like you know what a fluke looks like? It's like a smaller version of the fluke. It's 2.5 inch.
Cool.
That'll work. Are you making anything with split tails yet?
No. It's
I don't know how easy it is to make them, but they usually work pretty well. At least for me, they have. I've taken flukes and cut the tails off and just use them, and they seem to work pretty darn good. Real small ones. So I just came to mind while I was talking. You had mentioned you wanted to offer the people in chat a discount before I start asking them to plaster your link all over the chat box. Maybe we can give them that code, and then people could take advantage of that, because they'd be pretty upset if we sent them there and they didn't get the code in time.
Yeah. So I'll type in the chat. Hold on.
While you're doing that, we have some more new people that has joined us. The Animals Creation and Adventures. Your brother fishing with the Chad has showed up, Mark. I think John Patrick Jr., Sean Abney, one of the followers, Alicia Barnett, Parker Pursuits,
Alan Pershala.
We said Super Dave, so that catches up there.
All right, there we go.
Brian B. Woohoo!
So yeah, use code Panfish just when you get the checkout, and it'll give you 10% off your whole order.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Stephen. I know that there'll be some people that check you out, and anybody that gets a chance could please share out Stephen's link. That would be awesome. There it is. Mark got it. CrappiemanJigs.com.
Use a promo code Panfish, and you'll get set up with that 10% off. So if you guys go on there, check it out. I ordered a bunch of your stuff before, and I've been really happy with it, especially the micro finesse stuff I've been using.
I got the little green ones. What do they call? What do you call them, Stephen?
Little minnow.
No, little fat ones. Yeah. See, we have a buddy named James Dockery. And James Dockery likes to fish with the little bitty finesse stuff. And he said, man, if you want to catch a lot of crappie in the wintertime, use the smaller stuff.
The little stabbers, I think they're called.
Yeah.
Oh, the stinkers.
Stinkers,
yeah. Well, we have a little stabber, but you talking about the diamond tail or the straight tail?
Straight tail.
Yeah, that's a stinker.
I got the diamond tails.
That's a stabber.
That's the stabber. And your crappie flukes, they do have the split tail, so I think I'm going to be placing an order for some of them tonight. So.
Yeah, I'm probably going to need some of them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't used them too much, but they look phenomenal.
That's cool. That's way cool. It really is.
So what part of the country are you fishing at?
Mostly around Columbia, South Carolina.
South Carolina on the East Coast. So you're still on some pretty decent weather, right?
Yeah. It's like 55 in the morning here and 70 degrees. So I wish we did have a real bad, it was like 20 degrees for like 2 weeks, a couple weeks ago.
Did those bad storms make it your direction, or?
We got the wind from it, but there wasn't what happened that way.
So how's that affect fishing for you?
I don't like wind.
I don't either.
Over 10 mile an hour, I sit at the house.
Yeah.
I don't have a spot lock or anything, so I'm not going out there fighting the wind in my little boat.
When was the last time you seen 70 degrees, Mark?
It's been at least 2 months.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Actually, we had 64 degrees yesterday for a little while, but then we had 45 mile an hour winds to go with it. So as soon as the wind died down, it dropped down to 42 degrees. So that was kind of.
Welcome, Robert Andrews and Lance McCougai.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be out in Milwaukee fishing with Lance tonight for Burbot and doing the show live from there, but the wind kind of put the kibosh on that. So.
Oh, it was the wind, not you not feeling well?
No, it was the wind. I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling good enough to fish, so I have to be half dead not to fish. People know that. I get in an awful lot of trouble too, whether it's from my mother or my wife. She's always like, "You shouldn't be fishing. You're sick."
That's right.
I'll tell them, I'm sick of listening to you ladies. I'm going fishing.
Yeah. How's that?
And then they don't talk to me for like 2 days, and it's nice and quiet, Marriage tip of the night, fellas.
Alicia said there was 64 there today, and they had wind and rain with it.
So, what's your typical crappie trip look like? Like your fun crappie trip, because you fish for a lot of tournaments. We know, if I remember correctly, right?
A lot of bass tournaments. I got a crappie tournament coming up next month, though.
So, all right. So, what? Let's say you go out fishing with your dad just to load the cooler up. Are you keeping your limits, or are you pretty much catch and release fishermen? How are you treating the fish?
We normally keep our limits.
That a boy. I like to hear that.
Talking about.
We'll talk about how you like to cook them in a little while. That's my favorite part of the show.
There's certain people, like if I take people out, they only want so many, then we only keep so many, and then there's a lot of picky ones that only want 12-inch plus. So,
what's wrong with them?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, a 10-inch plus fish, good to go.
9 inches, I'm even happy with. I'm pretty good with a fillet knife. If I can get both sides of a fish. I wanted to cut you off at the pass there, Lyle, and everybody.
Whispering dreams.
I'm pretty good with the fillet knife. I can do a 9-inch crappie pretty good, but that's only out of necessity because 9 inches is a good size. That's usually the minimum on any lakes who have
around
size limits here. So,
welcome, Jody.
So I'll take what I can get.
Do you ever do any catch and cook, Stephen?
I think I got a rainbow trout one on my channel, but that's about the only one.
Okay.
That was a long time ago.
Okay. That's become pretty popular, so I didn't know if you had one of those out yet or not.
I need to do one, honestly.
I think you do too.
I think Mark does.
We'll try. I can't figure out how to film them, so.
Parker Pursuit says it's Mark's birthday tomorrow.
Mark who? Well, happy birthday, Mark. Mark Anthony, right?
I don't know.
Because I gave up celebrating birthday, so it ain't my birthday.
Yeah, me too, but people don't let you forget it.
This is true.
Oh, man.
One of my so-called friends called me senile today in a private message, Lyle.
Mine just called me old.
I tell her I'm not senile. I just don't pay attention to when she's talking to me.
There you go.
That didn't go over well, too.
I bet not. There's certain things you don't say to a woman.
Yeah.
Buck Williams, welcome.
And then the advantage of getting older, you don't really care anymore.
That's true. Hello, Avid.
So, how are you cooking your crappie? You just deep frying them like everybody else, or do you have any special recipes that you like?
I'm a Frank's Red Hot guy.
Sweet.
I do straight Frank's and into the flour or cornmeal, whichever one I feel like that day.
How much of that hot sauce you put on them bad boys?
I feel the whole I put the crappie in a Ziploc bag and then I put the whole bottle and I shake it up.
That's what I'm talking
them babies up, man.
I like them that way too. Man, they taste like kind of like a hot wing almost. They're pretty good.
They are good. He's smart. Florida Flash. Yeah, I haven't done that, but now that you mention it, I have some little pills here that the doctor just prescribed me for heartburn. I take one of them, I'll be good to go.
We'll get Lyle a couple plates of that. Once he tries it, he won't go back.
I'll
do that with catfish and perch too. That's a pretty standard way of doing it.
Yeah, I'm into that. That sounds awesome, man. Good
stuff. People have been doing that for a while. So are you a cornbread or flour, or corn flour or regular flour?
I like regular flour mostly, but I will eat the other.
Yeah. I'm not complaining if it's free. Like the one time we were up in Mendota and they made all that stuff. It was cornbread and it tasted, or corn flour. It tasted good to me.
Heck yeah, man. It was really good up there. It was really, really good up there.
On the other hand, I like to fry them whole, like without the head. Take everything off, scale them. I like brown. You just pick it up because they got a lot more bones than the crappie.
Yeah, and if you're eating them fresh, man, that meat comes right off them bones.
It does.
Same with like trout. People say trout have a lot of bones, and if you don't mind the taste because they are pretty fishy, they're easy to cook or they're easy to eat right off the bone. It comes right off. So
we normally take one trout fishing trip a year. I mean, there's stalker trouts. It's like an hour away.
Yeah,
we limit out in probably an hour between all of us, and then we make a fire. We wrap them in tinfoil with butter and garlic. Cook them and then eat them, and then we go back home. It's like a annual family thing every year.
It's a social event. I get it. Over here, it's like combat fishing when trout opener happens. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty close to shoulder to shoulder, and people complain about it, but I just go and make the best out of it. So I get to hang out with some friends and stuff because they make sure to leave that date open, and we'll get out. And if you got light enough tackle, they are fun to catch.
Welcome, Kelly. Lee Evans. Yeah, the trout are fun to catch. I've got a great trout park right here, just down the road from me, Bennett Springs Trout Park. It's a Missouri-owned trout hatchery, one of the largest in the state. And I used to tear it up over there all the time. I haven't been there in years and years, but we may try to start doing a little stuff over there because it's a great facility if you like to catch rainbows and a few browns, but mostly rainbows.
Are there dock roofs there?
No, I don't think so. Dockery would be in trouble. He wouldn't be able to whack none. Speaking of which, we ought to be playing our Christmas song.
You can always do that, Lyle. I'm getting Steven's YouTube link out here. So if you guys haven't followed Turner Fishing, I just posted it up there. Make sure you go and give him, I guess what all the kids are calling it these days is a hook set, Lyle.
Right. That's right.
Go watch a video, leave a comment, give them a thumbs up, make sure that sticks because we know how they don't stick these days. So.
That's right. They don't. But if you just give him a thumbs up while you're there and watch a little bit of one of his videos, you'll enjoy them. I promise you. I watch them all the time. It's good quality entertainment. Stephen does a good job with editing them. So you'll like these videos.
Florida Flash in the house, what's going on? He says we should try with Jiffy corn muffin mixed with some Cajun seasoning for panfish. That sounds pretty good.
It does sound good.
It does. Jiffy's my favorite cornbread.
Yeah, mine too. I had somebody give me their special little tweaks to it, and I just had the best.
Sugar in mine. I like sweet cornbread.
That's what Cindy does, I think. Yeah.
The honey Jiffy, whatever it's called, cornbread mix. That's the bomb. I had some of that last week. Oh my goodness. We're talking about food again. Hey, and I got to get this out of the way, Steven. I'm going to say it because everybody's waiting for it. Bacon. All right, we don't need to talk about bacon anymore. I have to say
bacon wrapped crappie for some reason.
I'm going to try that this year. I'm going to do a catch and cook with that.
Bacon makes everything better, even ice cream.
I can understand pan frying in the grease after you cook it, but I don't know about wrapping it. I don't know.
It can't make it any worse. Come on.
That's right. John Parker's in the house. Welcome, John. John,
there he is.
His lovely wife, Dana, is going to be my guest on Catfish Weekly Monday night.
In honor of bacon, I think I'm going to add a bacon T-shirt to my merch store once I finish it here in the next week. So.
What you do is make bacon sushi. You wrap it in a little circle and put the crappie in it and put like a jalapeno on top. Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Now you're talking.
SK's Crappie Catching Adventures had a great show last night. Him and Kim and Steve, they had a great show. Love to watch them guys. They do wonderful things for the crappie community, and crappie is about all they talk about. But once in a while, SK will get off on some bluegill and red ears. Once in a while. Dan Thompson, welcome.
Lyle, I'm posting the link and the discount code in the chat again if you want to keep the people entertained.
I will. I'll do my best. Stephen, what have you got coming up in the near future that you can share with all of our viewers?
As soon as I get a vehicle, I've got so many people asking how to find all these brush piles. So we're going to go real in depth on how to use your depth finder to go find them.
That's going to be a great video.
I'll
Now,
bookmark that one.
yeah, absolutely. There's another one that you done here a while back that blowed my mind. You shared all of your hot spots that you fish on the lake with the public in a video.
That was bass fishing, though.
Oh, it was bass fishing. Okay, well, it's anybody that shares those.
Well, technically, let's get this. This is going to be funny. Bear with me.
This is not a funny show. This is serious here, Steven.
You can tell.
Yeah, I got your order, Dan. I appreciate it. But I made a video like 2 years ago when I first started. Like, I gave out probably 5 brush piles that we don't fish that often, and the Crappieman wasn't very pleased. So I took it down as soon as I posted it. So we don't do that no more. If you wanna, you can visually see our spots, but other than that, no.
Welcome, Alex Smalls.
Now, well, you said future planning. I'm actually planning on making a video like a week before Christmas. I guess that's next week.
Yep.
And I'm going to invite anybody around me, if they don't want the Christmas tree, to bring it to me, and I want to actually make a community brush pile and actually give everybody the waypoint for it.
That's way cool.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a great idea. Fish Smack in the house.
That's actually a very creative idea. I like that. Too bad you don't live here in Illinois. We could use a big old community brush pile.
Yeah, there's plenty of them on Lake Ozark and Truman and Palm de Terre, but they won't tell me where they're at. I gotta go look for them. So that's why your next
year says the locals already swarm spots after my videos, and yeah, I get a lot of messages. Honestly,
that's why your next video will be so important to me. Help me find them.
I had a talk with somebody actually last week about a winter flathead spot where they say, and I'm not going to say who it is or what even state it is, but they say that they can get up to 30 fish in a day during the winter months.
Catfish?
Wow.
No, not just catfish, flathead.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I told him, yeah, don't videotape that spot.
Yeah. Danimal says, I'm upset that Oklahoma lowered the daily limit on trout from 6 to 3. That's strange. Usually they raise the limits, not lower them. They must be having problems down there.
COVID could have had something to do with that at the hatcheries and stuff.
I was saying the hatchery must be doing kind of bad or something.
Abbott says he loves my jigs and brush pile jigs are his favorite and crappie tackle. Well, Abbott, you need to get a hold of Stevens and try some of his stuff out because I promise you, I got some of it. You're going to love it.
I just posted a link out there again for you, Avid. Use a discount code for 10% off of Panfish, and you can place an order there, bud.
Alicia says, Fish and Wildlife puts Christmas trees out and has a map to show you where they are in Kentucky. That's awesome. I think they do that in Missouri too, but the ones that the Department of Conservation set out. But the guys that do it privately, they're not real happy about sharing any of that information. In fact, they get mad if you see them doing it.
It's so easy to find now. Like, literally, if you want to hide a brush pile, I think I said this last time that we did this, you've got to use PVC pipe. Because
or the flash
on 2D.
It doesn't show up on 2D?
Not for at least... It's got to have a lot of algae on it for to ping it.
What about on side scan? Will it show up on side scan?
You can find the cement blocks on side scan.
Okay.
So if you see random cement blocks while you're idling, it's probably a brush pile.
Probably a brush pile. Get on them, or at least mark them and come back.
Up above them.
Let me ask you, how are you fishing Christmas trees? We got one of my spots here, the Public Works, the city services place. They collect a lot of Christmas trees and they dump them in a couple of spots. But for some reason, I don't know if it's where they're dumping or whatever, they just don't hold any fish.
I like to either, like we were talking about before, on where the river channel swings. I love
Mhm.
putting them there, and I also like putting them around other fish, if that makes sense. Like if I have a brush pile that's 30 feet away that produces all year long, I want to put one over here so they kind of go back and forth between them. So then
Mhm.
you get like what I call community fish that stay in the same area all year round. Because when I
That's
had
it.
one little section, I probably got 8 piles in like a circle, and you just go around until you figure out which one's got the fish.
And you're vertical jigging them right out of those brush piles?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, if that's what you want to call live scoping.
Okay. Yeah, this is true. I
And
mean, I'd have
Facebook Live scope shows everything.
Yeah.
Live Scope. Holler at your boy. You could sponsor my channel, bud. Garmin.
They
How
won't
many
sponsor Josh
requests do
Jones.
you,
I don't think anybody's got a chance.
I know a couple people that are sponsored by them. I know somebody else who's sponsored by Lowrance, and they got units from it, so they're blessed.
Yeah.
And yeah, and they have special. There's a special case scenario too, but that's another thing.
I don't know if y'all watch 3 pound fish.
I do. That's here in Illinois.
Did you see his freaking 16-inch screen?
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
crazy.
God.
That's crazy. I know Steve from Limits Tackles running something like that too. He's got all sorts of electronics in his boat.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like watching a TV screen. Actually, I know guys that had larger screens that they wired into Humminbird units, and they was like 22-inch screens, monitor on their boat. But you have to watch them because they're not waterproof or anything, and it doesn't take but just a touch of water, and it's gone. So all that work went to naught. So yeah, but yeah, Ricky Brackett done that years ago.
Some of these new units, you can even broadcast them over to your iPad, correct?
I think so. I believe so.
I guess Abbott's got some questions in here about an order, right?
Good for him.
I didn't know if I was sold out of them or not, but we should have some in stock. Yeah.
Cool.
Frank says, I can't imagine what my wife would say if I come in with a $20K bill for fish finding capability. Oh, come on, Frank. She'd be happy to see you.
Doesn't she want you to be happy?
SK says summer Bluetooth. That's kind of cool.
SK was using a side scan and 2D imaging for the longest time in his videos and stuff, and when he got that live scope, you could tell he was a happy man.
And just smile all the way from this ear to this ear.
It's so fun. Like
It ain't left you either.
they're like, it's whatever. But if you actually sit down and use it, God, your neck hurts. You stare at that thing so much.
I'll tell you what, if it puts me on more limits after I'm done eating said limits, I'd go out my garage and thank it every time. Like, thank you, Garmin.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'd be like one of them guys writing them letters saying, "Dear Garmin, I'd like to thank you for tonight's meal."
Yeah, like SK said, I mean, it's just a huge time saver. I can pull up to a dock, I throw it in the water. Well, there's fish or not, and I'm going to the next dock.
Yep.
And the stuff that you learn from it. My buddy has the ice fishing bundle, like we were talking before the show, and we've actually brought that on my boat a couple of times, and we've got some fish on live scope, and I was so surprised at how they were actually acting compared to what I thought they did. Whether it was walleye or even bait fish, we would come across these huge clouds of minnows, and I had no idea that they swam so fast and moved so far so quickly. It was really surprising. Or to see, like a 25-inch or a 24-inch walleye chasing bait as fast as they can. It was pretty surprising.
I'd like to remind everybody that if you like our content and the guests that we have on Panfish Nation, please give us a like. And we are 3 subscribers away from 600. So if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and see if we can make it over 600 tonight.
Share it out, people. And I am posting Turner Fishing right now in chat too. Make sure you give him a quote unquote hook set.
Absolutely. Whisker Dream says my wife would tell me to go sleep with it. And he's talking about those big.
And I'd have no problem with that.
I'm pretty sure mine would tell me, no matter how cold it was, to go out in the boat and sleep with it, not to bring it in the house. I don't know. Cindy's pretty good about that. If it's something that will let us catch fish and help us do it, she's kind of all over it. But for $15,000 or $20,000, she probably wouldn't be near that happy about it.
You know, my family, I went out and I bought a few years back, I bought a probably a comparable in price side by side. They're like, what the hell do you need that thing for? All of them, what do you need that for? Until we got to the campsite and they all got to drive around and got to take it to the bathroom or down to the lake to go fishing in, and then it was the greatest thing they ever did. So, Frank, that's all you got to do. I say go spend that $20,000 on a live skull electronic system, and it should happen just like that once you get home.
Yeah, I bet it does. I'm trying. If you have watched a walleye move about 25 or 35 feet with a whack of the tail, fish can move fast. That is correct.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That surprised the heck out of me when I saw how fast that fish moved with minimal effort. Also, a lot of these guys who are running live scope, I don't know if you'd say it was true when they're crappie fishing, is they're saying the fish don't always just feed up. They'll actually go down after a bait too, which was kind of surprising to hear.
Yeah, it is surprising.
Yeah.
Crappie's known for going up, but most people didn't realize they would go down after bait. So
it's very rare, honestly.
It is? Okay.
Like I've had live scope almost a year now. It's very rare. But at the same time, I haven't really put myself in that situation a lot either.
So what are some of the things
above them?
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you've learned from live scope that surprised you?
That it's not fun all the time. Like you have a grid system on live scope. I'm sure y'all have looked it up. You got the grids. Okay.
Right.
If you keep your feet out this way and this way the same all the time, you kind of realize how big a fish is. So when I find a stump or a brush pile and I drop my jig down on what I know is going to be a 2-pounder or around 2 pounds, and he comes up and looks at it and then swims away, you just want to throw everything in the water.
You can find them better, but you still got to make them eat.
Yeah, you can't make them bite.
No. I not as detailed as that, but an ice fishing flasher's the same way. You'll be there for like an hour trying to get a fish to come up off the bottom. You do. It comes up, it looks at your bait, turns around and leaves. It's the most heartbreaking thing in the world. I'm surprised I haven't broke rods over my knee doing that.
It's not the rod's fault.
Yes, it is.
Okay. It is.
And I've also learned with it, like, profile means a lot more than color. And I'm a bait maker, so I want you to buy every color. But honestly, before you change colors, change your profiles.
Profile of your bait.
Yeah, like if you throw in a little minnow, switch to a little stinker or a stabber, and then if that don't work, switch to a bigger one.
Or if you're using a bigger one, use a smaller one.
Yeah, but yeah, vice versa.
Yeah.
So where are you starting as far as profile and size goes when you first get out on the water?
I'm normally gonna start with a little minnow. So 1.5.
Okay.
If the wind's not blowing, a 164-ounce jig head. If the wind's blowing, a 132. And then from there, if I need more weight, I'll put a split shot. I actually won't go up on my jig head past 132. Unless I'm using my 14-foot pole, then I'll use a 116.
Here's a great question for you, Stephen. Dan says, I picked up a Daiwa 11.6 telescopic crappie pole with a Daiwa thumb trigger spin cast. When is the best time for a rod of that length?
Any open water brush pile fishing is awesome for long poles. Like I was just saying, I got a 14-foot pole. I love it for open water. And I also ram my pole up under docks. I've got a couple videos doing that, and then getting behind docks where you can't normally get. That's what I use long poles for. Other than that, 6 foot or under.
There's a couple. I know on Blue Gabe's channel, when he's on Lake Okeechobee, he'll get into those. He'll drive that boat of his right up into those reeds, and he'll bring the jig all the way up to the eye on his big old 14-foot pole, and stick that through all of those reeds and drop it in like the nastiest stuff in the world, and he'll get on fish that way. That's something I want to try in some of these.
Fun.
Yeah, it does. You got to check it out. Go on his thing and just do a search on crappie. You'll check that out. And you could even probably make a video doing the same stuff on some of your, at least
We don't get graphs like that here.
No.
Yeah, them are great.
You could do it with some brush piles too. We got a lot of brush piles I can't cast into or have a hard time getting stuff in. So I've been meaning to try that for a while too.
Yeah, I've watched those videos of them guys in that tall grass, and man, it's amazing. My question is, do they just know they're there, or do they actually find them with a finder of some kind?
Who knows? The magic of YouTube.
Doing the same thing for years, They know what time of year.
That may be. Well, they've sure pulled out some studs out of there. Then they catch a lot of red ears too.
I watched a guy in the river a couple years ago. He had a cane pole, what I call a cane pole. And he had like a big old leader on it, looked like about 100-pound test line, and he had a buzzbait on it. And it was only like, about a foot and a half long, and then he would take that buzzbait and go down the bank like this with that pole. And he was whacking bass left and right.
Really?
Wow.
That's kind of cool. The musky guys do that every time they get their bait near the boat. They do the figure eights. I don't see why any other fish.
Yeah.
So now that brings up gear. What kind of gear are you running? Are you just jigging? Are you casting? What kind of what brands of stuff do you like?
The 14-foot is an ACC crappie stick, and then I've got a 410 B&M slab tail rod. And that's just my everything rod. That's really the only 2 rods I use.
Yeah, my 7.5-foot ACC is my everything rod. I use the heck out of them. I've been debating getting a longer one. Do you do any long line trolling or no?
No, I might tight line every now and then, but I've never really done the trolling thing.
And what kind of reels are you running? Are you running high dollar reels, or are you running whatever will hold?
Like a 4 or 5-year-old Fluger President, I think.
There you go.
Real
drag don't even work on it.
Their Fluger President XTs are on sale at Cabela's. I might have ordered 2 yesterday, Lyle.
I didn't have anything to do with that, Mark.
For like $59. They're a decent reel.
That is cheap for a
They're a great reel for the money.
I use that the B&M. I don't even know what you call them, but it's round with like a little plastic thing on it.
Okay.
I call it a strip reel because I can strip my line. Because with live scope, if I'm not deep enough, I can just strip it real quick and get it to what I want it to be at. Which they're great for tight lining too, because you could set the drag on it real tight.
Nice. What kind of line are you running?
Mr. Crappie, 4-pound test on my casting rod, and then I use what's that braid called? I don't even know the name of it now. K9 crappie braid.
Okay. And you are running braid on your jig poles?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are switching over to that these days, I'm noticing. So, and you got a leader on it, or are you just doing straight braid?
It depends. If the fish ain't biting it, and I don't went through my whole tackle box, I will tie on a leader. But most of the time, just straight braid.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've been debating making the switch over, but I hate tying leaders onto line, so so I've been kind of fighting it.
With braid, like the crappie feet up, they're not really seeing your braid. So unless you're like super clear water, then I would do a leader definitely.
We got some of that here. I got a bunch of fluorocarbon leader laying around the house, so I might have to put some of that to work in the spring. So as far as the winter goes, we're using like 2-pound test here. I'm not bragging, but they won't bite if you don't. That's the thing.
Wow.
Whisper and Dream says, I have a group of old guys at our local little store asking me when was I taking them out crappie fishing. I tell them to go find someone who can catch them.
Wow. Let me share that link out to Crappieman Jigs and the discount code again, Lyle.
Absolutely. Frank says we have to use leader here. Their water is so clear. I don't have that problem. We had it earlier this year on Palm de Terre, but since we got all that rain, it's muddied up. But it is getting better. So I'm okay with that.
It's about time for ours to muddy up. It normally does it every January.
We haven't had the rain this fall. We had a lot of rain, but not like we usually do. But hell, it rained all summer so much I was still mowing my grass in the middle of October. It's crazy. Let me share that up here on the screen so anybody that gets a chance, go take a look at his stuff. You're going to like it, and watch some of his videos. Give him a hook set. He'll appreciate it, and I know that I will.
We'll get Turner.
Laugh. We catch a lot of fish.
You do catch a lot of fish. A lot of fish. And
that's my favorite number of fish to catch.
Yeah, a lot.
Lots.
That's a fact. And you'll get to meet the Crappieman himself. He's in a lot of Steven's videos, and man, the guy can catch some fish. He really can. It's a great fun to watch them videos. I enjoy them. I know everybody else will. They're just quality stuff. And be sure to check out Turner Fishing. Get over there and order some stuff. Use that discount code. That'll help him out. Everybody needs some plastics at some time, and he's got them, and they're on sale. Stephen, anything else you can tell us about?
Oh, that's probably lots, but you got to ask first.
So is it usually just you and your dad, or I'm not sure if you're married or have a girlfriend or anything or kids. How's your family get involved with your fishing?
I'm married. I have 5 kids actually.
I think I remember that now from our other interview. I was kind of like, you don't look old enough to have 5 kids. You're a young looking dude.
Well, they're 2 families into one.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, but 2 of them are kind of interested in fishing, and the other ones they do their video games and stuff.
Well, that'll change.
My brother, but he's mostly a bass fisherman. He's on a lot of bass fishing videos, and then my nephews, they're really into fishing. So
I don't think so, Chad.
Matt, if you look up, it's Turner Fishing. I posted the link up there. I'll post it again.
Right here.
Took my channel name.
Turner Fishing, right
Somebody
there.
took Crappieman from you?
No, YouTube.com/Turner Fishing. If you go to it pulls up somebody else now.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I switched from a regular account to a business account a couple months ago, and it screwed it up.
Okay. Well, I'm posting the actual link to your actual page, so hopefully people will be able to get there.
I'll type in chat. They can click on my name.
Mark's brother Chad wants to know if Mr. Turner, if he's your favorite YouTuber.
I don't know. I haven't ever checked him out.
Well, you need to go check out Fishing with
You are subscribed to
Chad. He's the guy we was watching before our show over on Fishing with the Chad.
Oh yeah.
We give him a hard time, and he
puts on an online fishing tournament and wants to get in it, but he didn't enter, and you can't do that. You can't do that. Mark thinks that's funny. Mark Anthony.
So, do you have a favorite YouTuber?
I'm partially. I don't know. I watch a lot of Milliken fishing, honestly.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, I watch a lot of his stuff too.
And John B. I really don't like the Googans, but I like John B.
John B grew up, and his parents still live not 15 minutes from my house. So I used to see him on all the local ponds and giving up our spots on videos. People used to chase him out of spots and stuff. Yeah, it's a long story.
Well, Chad just subscribed to you, so maybe that'll help.
He said he was subscribed.
Oh, he was.
All right, I got him. I'm subscribed now. So
Yeah.
he gets to make the rules for his tournament. There's just something wrong about that.
I agree.
Lance says he just give you a hook set.
All right, appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Let's go check. We are at 4936.
So how many did you gain?
4.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Yeah.
Chad says he was already subscribed. We figured that out, Chad. We really did.
Thank you for
Thanks,
posting
Alicia.
that link, Alicia.
Let's see.
So if you could only fish for one fish the rest of your life, Stephen, what are you picking?
See, that's controversial because I'm gonna pick
It-
bass.
Oh, you shocked me. I did not think you would say that.
To me, bass fishing's harder. So
Oh,
Yeah.
I really thought you'd say crappie.
I think it all depends on where you live because bass fishing out here is easy. Easy. It really is. They're everywhere. They're like water rats, we call them. We call them green carp. We call them ditch pickles, depending on the size. No offense. It's just how easy it is. Up here in the north, everybody's chasing, walleye and walleye and muskie. That's about it. So, but yeah, they're chasing the harder fish in the waters to catch. So,
see, down here, most of the people they fish for stripers, which I think is one of the easiest fish to catch too, because you just got to find them on your depth finder. They bite anything for the most part.
Hey, Northeast Missouri Angler, thanks for joining us. He's going to be a guest on our show in the next few weeks, so be sure to tune in for that. Another guy's got some great videos out there. He said he just subbed you, so that'll be great.
Appreciate it.
Whisker Dream says Chad thinks he's winning the Patriot tournament. I told him the only gold he was going to get was a box of goldfish. That's about the best one of the night.
that reminds me, I need to make a call about that tournament, make some arrangements. I'm not going to let on to what those are, but stay tuned, people. It's going to make a lot of people mad.
Keith Smart says, John B. went to school 3 miles from my house.
College, Keith? Or do you live by where he grew up? Because if he did that, you live by me.
That could be. I'm getting over. I still can't get over the goldfish comment. That's good. That's cool.
We'll screenshot that one for Chad and
put it up there again.
Make it into a Christmas card for him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Chad, we're just sore because Chad got a brand new 12-inch Garmin. He can just see what the fish are thinking with that thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of got a case of red ass about that. He got one, I didn't, but it is what it is.
Are y'all able to pick people out of the chat?
Are we able to pick them out of the chat?
Yeah, like a random person.
Oh yeah, we have a giveaway tool if that's what you're thinking. We can pick someone out of there.
Yeah, like do something, and then whoever wins, y'all message me on Facebook, and I'll send you some jigs.
Well,
Awesome.
Let's just pull it up right now.
You got to tell them to make sure they have to be subscribed to win. We got to make that
clear. To all our channels and share the video and type in the chat. Chad's not going to win.
There we go. That'll be the hashtag. Perfect. Lyle will load that up. Let me know when you got that, bud.
Let's see. I'm looking for the broadcast now. It's not showing it.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get it on my end because you know what, this new way it's set up, sometimes I can do that. Let me see. Giveaway tool.
There it is. I found it.
Oh, look at that. I could run them too.
Mm-hmm.
You got it under control, Lyle, or you need me
got
to
it, buddy.
All right, perfect. Make sure you're not sharing out the wrong screen here because we've had that happen before.
Yeah, it might be something you don't want to see. You never know. But for you guys that's in chat,
he says Stephen Turner isn't my favorite.
Here you go. There is your link. Hashtag Turner Fishing with a capital T.
Can I get in on this, Lyle?
Suit yourself.
No, I'll let the people in chat win. Nice guys finish last.
That's right. That's right. Chad thinks he's winning. That's so funny. It really is. There's Freddie's Outdoor Adventures. I haven't seen him in here until just now.
Alicia, just lower uppercase for the first one. For some reason, it's not registering.
It's not?
No, we're getting 0 entries. Oh, no, we got 11 entries. Here they come. We just got a lag on the YouTube side. So what are the people playing for today, Steven?
I'll let them pick whatever. We'll do like two 20 packs or whatever jig you want.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. So we're giving two away?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Two 20 packs? Is that right?
Yeah, that'll work.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Stephen. We appreciate it.
David Martin in the house. What's up, my friend? David Martin, one of my favorite people on YouTube. On Facebook.
He's just one of your favorite people from the East Coast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, my.
We got Warrior Heart Fishing. Welcome.
That's a new one, isn't it?
It is.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it so much. Buck Tillman, welcome.
What's going on, Buck?
Well, that's a great gesture. Thank you so much, Stephen, for doing that.
No problem.
I know the people will enjoy it. Travis Young, welcome. We're up to 25. You guys need to get them in there. And there's 43 of you in here, so I know that you can come up with a few more people in chat. You just have to be a subscriber and hook set everybody's channel. We're just too shy from 600 right now, Mark. So that's awesome.
I'm getting pretty darn close to 2K. I'm pretty happy about that. So
Turner Fishing is popping up, and it's putting that in, and it's got a capital F with it, so they might redo that.
Okay, Cindy said when you guys are putting it in the chat that it's coming up with a capital F, and it's just the capital T is all you need. No capital S. So be sure to check.
That'll work. I gained like 25 subscribers right then.
That's awesome.
Oh, you did perfect.
Heck yeah!
Appreciate it.
Heck yeah!
Give away stuff they want to get in on it, I guess.
Yeah, if they'll just all place orders and get some Christmas gifts. Man, you talk about stocking stuffers. Them plastics are great.
The only thing I would stuff with that is my tackle box.
Maybe Sheila will throw some in your sock drawer. We're up to 26. Come on, guys, get them in there. We got another one of these to go yet, too.
Appreciate
Been
the
a bunch
order.
tonight. Doesn't matter, Lyle. It'll work. Okay. Thanks, Matt. We use this a lot, but I really didn't know that didn't make any difference.
You know, I'm going to enter in one here just to test it. I'm going to do Turner Fishing all capitals and see if it registers. If I win, we'll draw again. Okay, Lyle?
So, yeah, that's fine.
It'll help us for future reference.
Absolutely.
And if I see my little logo go zooming by there, we'll know that it did. If I
You'll know
don't,
that it worked. Yeah, that's for sure. You know, usually I'm playing with the little fish that Freddie sends us, but I've been making jigs, tying hair jigs, and they're all over my desk. So I've been playing with them tonight, and I keep dropping them on the floor. And I know if I don't pick them up, I'm going to step on one. So every time I drop it, I got to bend over and pick that sucker up. That sure don't work out my foot.
I come home and have a jig hooks in my shoe from.
I'll bet. If I get one in my foot, I got to go see Cindy, and Dr. Cindy is not as gentle as she once was.
Cindy, I know Cindy's listening. Here's a hint. always do it on 2. Don't wait till 3.
Thank you so much. Are these one-of-a-kind custom color Panfish weekly special jigs? No, Frank, they're not. Actually, I'll show you some that I've been
They're
tying.
going to be special to you, Frank. How's that sound?
I don't know if you can see them with this, but they're like gray ghost stuff that I've been working on, trying to get them just a little bit different than what everybody else has got. But if they catch fish, I'm happy. If they don't catch fish, I'm sad. That's just kind of how that works.
It always just feels good to catch something that you made.
Yeah, it does.
I can imagine you catch pretty much all your fish on something you've made.
That's a fact.
So you got to feel real good, Steven.
This is true, but I don't notice it anymore, I guess.
Well, you need to think about it. We just
I
got
did tie
past
some hair
Thanksgiving.
jigs last year, and I actually caught a 2-pounder off one of my tied hair jigs. And
Oh,
it
wow.
just felt so like
It does,
satisfying.
doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
I started catching
It
fish
didn't
on
look
my
like
own.
crap. It was made out of like deer hair and just thread. I didn't even have the
Fish
the
don't
other
care.
stuff.
No.
If you can get a wet, it's got a hook and it resembles a fish and they feel like biting, they're going to go after it. Some are a lot better than others, like Kimbernets and SKs
That's
and
true.
Lyles.
TX Tiger says if Mark wins, everybody will be all caps next time.
I just want to see if it comes up. I think we're all set. I think we can go ahead and draw, Lyle.
Let's do her then. Let me get the giveaway tool and hit draw, and here we go.
Oh, yeah, I did see it, so it is definitely not case sensitive.
That's cool. Thank you for that, Matt. Now we know for sure. And the winner is Kevin Baker, Nuts and Bolts Fishing.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Absolutely. Stephen, he won a rod from me when we was out to Patriot James tournament last spring in North Carolina. So the guy's kind of lucky.
Oh yeah. That's find me on Facebook, either Turner Fishing or Stephen Turner, and send me your address and pick a color from the website, and I'll make whatever kind you want. 20 of them.
Now, there is a
Let's do one
few,
more.
there is a few Stephen Turners, but the one that's got the fish in it is the guy.
I think it's my wedding picture on there, I believe.
Oh, is that what it is?
If you look at this logo on there,
Yeah, it'll be there.
yeah.
We'll
All
find
right.
it.
Are we
Or on
ready?
Instagram. I'm on Instagram too.
Are we ready to go again?
Yep.
For the second go around? Here we go.
If I win this one, you guys are all in trouble.
Cindy almost won the last one.
David
David,
Martin.
another North Carolinian.
You'll put those to use.
Absolutely. He just traded boats, got him a nice new boat, and he's in the panfish mode. Congratulations, David.
All right, I got you.
And thank you, Stephen, for donating those prizes.
Absolutely. We appreciate it so much.
No problem.
And
no
it
problem.
woke up the subscribers too. If you guys subscribed to Steven, make sure you go back and check out his content before those subscriptions go away. Plus, I think once you check out his content, you'll like it and you'll stay. So
Oh, I think so too. He's got some great content. And go run over to and get some jigs. If you didn't win tonight, you can still go buy some stuff off of his website. So be sure to check it out. 10% off. That's a pretty good deal.
code Panfish.
There you go. Mark, what else you got for tonight?
I think we've covered it all. If I have any more, I know how to get a hold of them. I'll just have him on my show if we got it. If I have more questions.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, hey, these are fun.
Yeah, they are fun. They are fun.
We have a good time doing this. This is one of the projects that we really like being a part of, and we got the best people in chat. We have some of the best guests, and it's really something that we enjoy doing. Right, Lyle?
That is correct. Here's a question here. Dan says, Mark, Lyle, you guys have a lot of people on your shows that I and others might have never heard of. How do you go about finding your guest? Well, we spend a lot of time looking for ones, and when we get a good guest like Stephen, we have them return. And even though we've had some big name guests like Dave Winkleman, even some of them guys are getting on in the years, and his health is really bad. He's had some surgeries. We were supposed to have him back on, but I'm not going to bother him until he gets to feeling better. But just simply because, and some of them guys I've known for a while, and some of them I haven't. But you know, Stephen has made an impact on YouTube with his videos and his products that he sells, and we enjoy having him on, as we do a lot of others. Fish Smack was another one. I watched 2 or 3 of his videos, and I got a hold of Mark. I said, "Man, you got to check this guy out. We got to have him on the show." And come to find out, Mark was already watching him.
Yeah, I told you about him, Lyle.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was. Don't listen to him, Trey. I got you covered.
But I send Mark links of people that I watch videos
Absolutely.
on, and he does me that way, back and forth for this channel, and for the catfishing stuff too. But if we find a guy that is suited really well for Panfish Nation, we want to have him on there. If we find someone that's better suited for Mark's show, we want to have him on there. And if it's a catfish specific guy, most of the time we'll try to get him on Catfish Weekly. But
there's a lot of good creators out there. I know what me and Lyle are looking for is people with a good body of work and actually something it's not only enjoyable but informative, and that's where it goes. That's basically what I look for in guests, and I believe Lyle does the same thing.
Absolutely, I want somebody that's well spoken and has a good presence online, and that's how we find them. And if somebody has one in mind, it's possible there's a lot of people out there that Mark and I probably don't know about. And if you know somebody or think that they'd make a good guest on one of our shows, just let us know. We'll be glad to visit with them. I found a couple this weekend.
And a good keep them to yourself. Keep them to yourself.
What was that, Stephen?
903 Fishing or something? I've been checking
903, I've talked to him about being on the show. We're going to set him up before long. I found a couple of guys from North Missouri. We're gonna set those guys up. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're anxious to do that and get some local to me, local to James Dockery. It'll be a lot of fun, and it's not James Dockery. And by the way, I get a lot of people asking how James is doing. James is doing a lot better. He actually was out the other day catching a few fish, and I know that made him feel better. I don't think he's 100% back yet, but he's doing really good, and we're glad that he is. He did have some house damage with the high winds the other day and some damage at his property, but he about got that done up, I think, today. And just keep him in your thoughts and prayers, because as ornery as he is, we got to have old James around to. I got to have somebody to brag on once in a while. I don't know what the rest of you are going to do with him, but that's what I'm going to do with him. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate it so much. Mark, got any closing statements?
Catfish Weekly and Catfish and Crappie on Mondays. Check it out. You guys know that. A lot of tournaments going on this weekend. To pay attention to your subscriptions. I'm sure they'll pop up. I don't know the details of everything. And I'm looking forward to see who has to shave their beard between Brian B. and
I've got to watch that. Stephen, do you have anything you'd like to close out with this evening?
Shout out to Waterlands Fishing, Code Turner Fishing on their website to get you, I think, 15% off a pair of sunglasses.
Very good. Very good. We want to thank you for joining us tonight, Stephen. We had a great show and a great time with you. We'll have you back on if you're willing to do so. And thank you for the donations of the prizes to our viewers. We appreciate it so much.
It was fun.
All right. We're going to see everybody right here next Thursday night. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to be getting ready for Christmas next weekend. So we got some upcoming news about that, but we'll be talking about that later. So thanks, everybody, for watching. See you soon.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.